Hi, this is Sophia. I'm in London and I'm actually filming from Excel in London. And in today's video, I want to talk about the topic about investing in yourself. And I want to talk about, have you ever met the freeloader, or are you the freeloader? Honestly. And what's inspired me to do this video is that I think this is a topic which is relevant and it's everyday, and it's something which we might have faced in our life, one time or another. And this could be when we feel like we cannot invest in ourselves, and it could be the case of thinking that we don't have a limited finances or limited resources at the time, and then there might be a point where we need, to get some sort of support from a person. It could be even through a course, or it could be driven from a whole, feeling that you're struggling with something. And the thing is, going back to what I just said earlier in this video, is you need to invest in yourself from time to time. And this is not just monetary in terms of, paying for a course. It's also about taking your time to maybe, do a bit of research, read about a topic, or it could be a case that maybe you want to have like some sort of radical life change. So it could be to do with our health. We might not be happy with our health. We might want to lose weight, get fitter, for example, in terms of wellness. Or it could be, for example, wanting to transition into a new career. So these are like some of the common things which happened. And I have personally gone through experiences in my life where I might have been out of work, for example. So as you can imagine, I was living off of, very limited means in terms of what I was getting, maybe in terms of, social, kind of like benefits, or it might be living off, my savings, which I might have had at the time. And what I learned is, even if you receive that you have, limited, money to invest in something, you still have to make that investment in that self and your belief. And there's another thing too about it too, is most of the time, if we have to be really honest with ourselves, if we get things for free, then we don't really value it. And that's part of the thing about investing in yourself and valuing advice. And of course, when you're investing into a program or some support, then you have to do your due diligence, seeing, am I going to get the value I need? Is this going to help me? And am I doing it from a place of, trying to elevate myself, not to do with feelings linked to maybe my self-worth, for example. So these are sort of questions you need to ask in the beginning. And that's the thing, if you feel like you're always struggling all the time, then you have to ask yourself the question, are you willing to invest in yourself? Are you willing to get the time? And I know that sometimes people might have, different ways of getting around, feeling that they're limited in terms of resources of money. So they might decide to barter. Bartering can be okay, by the way, because in a way, as an exchange, you have to remember that when you asking for help or getting support, is you have to think that both parties should benefit. You can't go for the mindset that I'm going to ask that person and I expect them to give me the resources of the tools, because you're not really going to value it, and you're going to make the other person feel unappreciated. So my question for you today is, next time when you want to change your situation, then really, really think about it. Why is it that you want to change your situation? And then also think about what you're going to do to invest in yourself. Are you going to maybe, get support from a person, an individual? And there's always ways around it. If you feel like you can't do all at once, you could maybe even discuss payment plans sometimes, because people are happy if they see that this person's really very willing, to get their help, then they'll be willing also to try to meet you midway, and perhaps come up with a payment installment. And then also the third and the other really important part of this is you need to invest in yourself and not use the excuse that I don't have limited money. If you have limited money, there's ways you could get support from friends and family, for example, sometimes, or Even if, for example, you have a good credit rating, maybe you could borrow. But obviously, when you're doing things like that, always make sure that you could commit, to doing these things. As that's the worst thing, if you overcommit yourself and you feel like you're under lots of pressure. So that's my tip for you today, is don't be the freeloader, expect to get things for free, because trust me, if you get it for free, you're not really going to value it at all. You value stuff which you invest in. So that's my shout, my soundbite on the freeloader today, is if you are a freeloader, why are you doing that? Why are you restricting yourself? And go out and invest in yourself today. Do what you need to do, do some initial research, find the right support that you need, and look at ways of how you could pay for it. It could be installments, or maybe it might be a barter. So that's me for now. I'm signing out, and bye for now.